Boo boo doo 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 boo doo. Boom, boom. Do 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 do. Bow 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 bow. Hit. Badayo. Hello, everybody. Let's lower this down a little bit so it can open my mouth. Alright. So, last stream we made it to Kaer Morhen. So today is a lot of working through, well, Kaer Morhen. Progressing the story, trying to find everything that I can in Kaer Morhen. There's not that much if I remember right. So, well, yeah. So, we will get a head start on that and see where we go. So let's jump in, shall we? What wonderful visage lay before me. Thanks, Valiant. Always appreciate the ego boost. Do 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 do. Jedi.
Needed to lift the curse. So we took Uma to the home of the world's greatest specialists on dark spells, to the Witcher's fortress of Kaer Morhen.
Oh, that's not what I'm saying. Besides the scavenge hunt, do I have... Okay. Just double checking. No, I'm not saying that you don't have a wonderful visage. I'm just... That's a lot of harpy. Okay. Pretty sure they're hybrid. Of Blizzard and then Mabori Forest. And there we go. There's still one around that I don't know of. Ah, there's still like two. Come on. There we go. Finish that one off. So yeah.
Go, go.
Alright. Stay on the path, you don't lose stamina. So yeah, you know, good times. Chilling. Deer.
Slow now. Whoa.
No, we don't go slow. We ride like a madman. That's how this works. And then we carefully follow the edge of the river if we can. Find our way through the trees. As such.
Slower.
Alright. Now see, we've got some stuff. Bears. That bear hit me backwards. So yeah, you know, awfully good night to explore Kaer and hopefully finish it up.
Damn, you're ugly.
Alright, fine, we'll swim across. Kill that guy. There we go. Now we'll continue walking alongside this river. Jump. Alright, fine. We'll swim. A lot of heartbeats. Puffball. I'm gonna go this way. Just because I have a feeling it's... Nope, that's not the way. I don't think so. Or it is. Fine, I'll listen to you, you goddamn map. And there we go. Now we can get back to the story. Don't mind me and my no-nonsense called sidetracking. But yeah. Yeah, you get to live. We'll let that guy live. All right. Doo-doo. There's a path up here that I probably could have taken. Oh well. Live and learn. You know, same old, same old. Roach. Just,
Move it.
Don't yell at Roach. He's a good horse. He travels from anywhere to meet you. Alright. So yeah.
Giddy up.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
Go, go.
I was like, something on the wall. Nope, that's a tree. Alright, let's... go find Lambert and challenge him to a Gwentoff.
No
There's
reaction.
Eskel.
Impressive specimen.
That's good to hear, Jedi.
Tracking, stalking. But I finally dropped the son of a bitch.
Congratulations. Can't help wondering, though. Why'd you keep the corpse? You to stuff it, hang it above the mantle?
Not a bad idea. Gotta finish the autopsy first, though. This one was quicker than most.
Quicker and stronger.
Want to examine it thoroughly.
Alright.
Mind if I have a look?
Want to do the honors?
No thanks. You cut. I'll grab a bite to eat.
Just, I'm gonna eat while you cut this thing open.
Let's examine its head.
Long whiskers. Protruding frontal
Frontal
lobe,
lobe.
but that's normal. Long ears. And an earring.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Seen that before. Some of them like shiny objects, like magpies.
And in the maw, yellow dull teeth. Missing its upper front teeth. Lower incisors.
Clearly not a flosser. Fine, let's move on. Open its gut.
Um,
So, anything interesting?
Bits of undigested food, a few decades worth, looks like. Human hair, a belt buckle, a few coppers, and a gold ring.
Huh.
Want to give it to Yennefer? Ought to be as good as new once you polish it a bit.
No, thank you. I prefer to live.
No thanks. She only wears silver.
That's her loss. Rest is perfectly normal, except for its gnarled liver. Seems like I had a penchant for the blood of drunkards.
Nice claws. 15 inches, I'd say.
They grow its whole life. This one was about 100, 110 years old.
Pretty muscular legs. Calves and feet especially.
Let me tell you, this sucker was fast. 1 second here, there the next. Always in the shadows. Could barely see it.
So how'd you take it down?
Long story. Tell you another time.
Alright.
Think I've seen enough for now. This was an old one. Experienced.
Probably had experience dealing with monster hunters.
It'd be nice to figure out a way to determine a catacan's age based on its tracks. Avoid running across one like this unprepared.
Would, I agree. But later. See you, Eskel.
Pulse weak, but regular.
There it is. Lambert, he... Okay, I'm like, what the hell are you... Oh, okay, you're sharpening your sword.
Can we talk?
What about?
Gwent.
Ever play Gwent?
Of course. Even tried to teach Vesemir, but turned out he's just mule-headed. Why do you ask? Up for a quick hand?
Hell yeah.
Am I? Have you crying like a baby by the time I'm through with you?
Alright, let's go to tell. Roche, Vernon. Here we go. Yes. Start playing those cards. Start getting them out so that way I can... There we go. Create the pyramid. Wipe out his field. And pretty much have this one in the bag because I still have a full hand, so... Triss, nice. Lots of scorches you got there, but that's not gonna help you. Ah, fighting frost. Interesting. Well, might as well. Never stood a chance.
You win. Oh, can't believe I gotta give up my unique card. Better your hands than someone else's, I guess.
I don't think I've ever actually played a round of Gwent that went that well. So, first turn, he's only got 5 points. Second turn, only has 7. You drew the wrong hand. Hey, stairs, stairs, stairs.
God damn it, you piece of shit! Damn, Crystal!
You decide to blow us up?
Geralt, I'm sorry, but I'm in no mood for jests.
What's eating you?
Let me think. That was the third crystal to explode. It's been a week, and Lambert's still not done what I've asked. Vesemir spitefully insists on repairing the wall just beneath my window and starts hammering at the crack of dawn, while Eskel seems to have gone mushroom picking, not forktail hunting.
The guys. Well, they're not exactly happy with you.
Why is that?
Because you aren't willing to say what you're planning. You're treating them like pages, not including them. Us, actually, because I feel that way too.
I shall explain everything when the time is right. First, we must finish our preparations.
Fine.
Alright, what do you need me to do?
What do I do?
Firstly, help Eskel and Lambert. One was supposed to get me forktail spinal fluid. The other was to fortify the phylactery with elemental power. I've yet to see anything from either of them.
Taken care of.
Is that so? Aye, the initiative. That leaves one other trifle to resolve. As you saw, my megascope's acting up in rather spectacular fashion. I'm certain there's an energy source nearby, generating disturbances, making the crystals malfunction. We must find it and neutralize it. Quickly, I must contact someone. It's urgent.
Okay.
All right. How do I find the source?
Use this Potestaquisitor.
Potestaquisitor. Okay.
Potestaquisitor? Sounds fancy. Complicated.
Yet it's ever so simple. Grasp it firmly, move it around, and the louder it squeals, the closer you are. Spare me your juvenile wit, please. Well, what are you waiting for? Ah, one more thing. Thank you, Geralt.
No problem.
Nothing here.
I wonder what the source of the magical disturbance is. Got one big guess.
Oh, got a signal. Signal's growing stronger. Can't be far now.
I never found a volunteer to walk around with that chirping stick after all.
Can we talk?
Hey, buddy.
So long.
Yes? What is it, Wolf?
I met with Emir.
Any crowned heads you haven't met?
A few. Hoping it stays that way.
Remember the first war with Nilfgaard? Battle of Sodden? The North, all of it, fought together. Temeria, Redania, Kedron,
Quentin,
Edirn,
and then-
and the mages were heroes. On the field first, then in ballads. Not much left of that world.
See you later, Vesemir. Getting warmer. Warmer. Hot.
All right.
Pulse weak, but regular.
There's...
Look at the fire. Out here. Pupils functioning normally.
Trying to remember which barrel.
Hold this.
Ah, there you are.
Giant
Disturbance is coming from there.
crates of Demetrium, if I
What's in
remember
these
right.
crates?
Dimeridium bombs.
Dimeridium.
Lambert made 'em.
No wonder the megascope doesn't work. All right, gotta get him out of here.
I can do that. Rather you not make a mess of my shelves. Just keep an eye on them.
Yes, Uncle Vesemir. How goes it? Vesemir's not working you too hard, I hope. Thought so.
Nope, he's not working too hard. Ooh, yeah, he's working me with, like, to the bone.
All done. You can go. Now, let's check your conditioned reflexes.
Tink. God, giving him an examination would be weird. Like, okay, let's examine your pupils of the one eye that's normal size and the one eye that's beyond reason giant. Let's check your reflexes on your limbs that are nowhere near being the same.
Thank you. Seems to be working now. What was it?
Dimeridium bombs. Lambert left them by the beds.
I suppose he had no idea they could interfere with my megascope?
You know, Lambert's not exactly an expert on megascopes, so...
Please. Lambert is mean, not stupid. But no matter. More importantly, I shall finally be able to contact Ida.
The Ida? Elven Sage? What do you want from her?
Stay and you'll learn for yourself.
Members of the Lodge don't let just anyone in on their secrets, or so I've heard.
Consider it a token of our trust. Now let's begin. And Geralt, behave, please.
Okay.
You just say you trust me.
Stop twisting my words.
Kedmil Yennefer at Vengerberg. Gwynblade.
Kedmil and Severn.
Why have you summoned me?
We've come up against a curse. One we must lift. It was uttered in a dialect of Elder speech unfamiliar to me.
I
Alright.
see. The words of the curse?
Vafel Elen, Ked mil foli. Gledev don eptenid, bondro isne iacus.
Huh.
Take it you've heard the words before.
Yes. In legends. Of the kind that do not end happily.
Can you help us with the curse?
To a degree. Agnes de Glanville's incantation, combined with Elder's triangle, inverted, of course. They are your only possible recourse. But I cannot guarantee that even they will suffice.
Thank you, Ensevern. Vafel.
That does not conclude our conversation.
Alright.
Let me guess.
You want something in return.
If I may, Gwynblade, I'd like to request. Stop guessing. Just listen. The time of the white frost and white light is nigh.
And the world will perish amidst ice. I know Ithleen's prophecy.
I don't doubt you know it. But do you understand it? The Elder Blood can initiate the final age. the time of the end. Or stop it. Remember this, Gwynblade. For you will be the one to determine if the seed bursts into flames.
Oh no.
All in all, interesting conversation. What now?
You can start by apologizing for acting like a boor, despite my asking you not to.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's just when Ida started in with that patronizing tone.
You decided to prove she was completely justified to adopt that attitude.
Hey.
Well done, Geralt. Bravo.
Yes, woman.
Oh, enough. All is ready. We should gather the others and begin.
Not a man of etiquette. Alright, Uma.
Listen, everyone. All is in place. We may begin. Lambert, prepare the apparatuses. Eskel, go.
Last I heard, my dear, I give the orders around here,
All right.
not you.
I believe we made an agreement to seek to cure Uma my way.
I said we would help you, that's it. I don't know what you want to do with them, you haven't deigned to inform us, but it's not safe, is it?
No, far from safe.
Just as I thought. Which is why I think we should first try another, less invasive method.
Alright.
What's this method?
Derives from folk traditions. I've used it many times. In 1211, to lift the curse that held the Swan of Povis, for instance. I'll take Uma into the mountains.
What then? Will you howl at the moon together?
A bit of respect. You're not talking to Geralt.
No, we will not howl at the moon. I'll lay him down on a gravestone. Come midnight, I'll give him tea made of hemlock harvested from... But I don't see that I need to explain this to you.
In my opinion.
I know your opinion, but I'm not asking anyone's permission. I'm saying what will happen. I'll be back at dawn, with Uma, or whoever hides inside him.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
So, got the evening off. What do we do with it?
Vesemir mentioned some roof beams in the tower need replacing. Maybe we could see to that. Or we could have a drink.
Sounds a lot better than the beams.
Wouldn't mind a shot myself. Or two.
Nothing I can do. Been outvoted. Let's go.
Do as you will. But in a moment, Geralt and I must talk.
Okay.
Ooh, sounds serious. Come on, Lambert. See you in a bit, Geralt.
Something not quite right?
No, nothing. I just wanted to take you aside, without cluing the others into what we're up to.
Mm-hmm. And what are we up to?
Sneaking upstairs to make love.
Wow. You don't exactly mince words.
I'm too old to play the blushing bride. Unless you ask nicely. Shall we go? You can rejoin them afterwards. In an hour. Or two.
Or three.
I'll hold you to that.
See you, boys. Boobs. At least this time it's not on the back of a stuffed unicorn. Less of a balancing act. Oh.
Well, well. Lovebirds decided to join us. Enjoy yourselves?
You heard the answer to that question, Lambert. Besides, not our business. Yen, we don't have glasses. You alright drinking from a mug?
I'd drink from an old boot tonight. Perhaps instead of getting crocked in deep glum, we could do some catching up.
Eskel, that Catacan we cut up together. Tell us how you nabbed him.
A Catacan? Oh ho ho. Dangerous horse sons, those.
Finicky, too.
I got face
Specimen
purple
in
so far.
question only went for young women from the upper classes.
That's like me.
We've no interest in your fantasies, Lambert. Whereas the vampire, even I'm curious to know how you managed.
My client threw a masquerade ball for the city's notables to lure the vampire out of hiding. I was there too, disguised. Let me tell you, never had so much success with the ladies as I did that night.
What about the vampire?
I'd made a deal with this young alchemist. She really loaded up. Fish tech, vodka, magic mushrooms. Went out into the garden. Vampire found her and drank his fill. Fight was an afterthought.
A fairy tale on gluttony from modern times.
Alchemist come out of it all right?
Fine. Lost a bit of blood, I suppose. Hangover was the worst part. She drank nothing but pickle juice for the next month.
Ugh. Pickle juice for a month.
What have you been up to, Lambert? Any interesting contracts before you set off in search of Kaer?
Yeah. Contract in Lan Exeter. Not to boast, but a pretty lucrative one.
Yeah. Kavir's where the gold's to be made. Know how much they pay there for a drowner?
Shush, I'm talking now. So this giant was giving him trouble. Attacking convoys, dragging folk off into the swamps.
And relieving himself on the highway, rendering it dreadfully slippery. You've built enough suspense. Get to the point.
Fine. Turned out it wasn't a giant. Just a fat forest troll. And a group of bandits were ambushing the convoys.
What did you do?
Killed the bandits to keep the road safe. Then I killed the troll. Needed its head to collect the bounty.
Pragmatic as ever.
You could stand to show some of Lambert's expediency. Set ideals like justice for trolls aside. Keep yourself out of poverty instead.
Knew the sorceress would see it my way.
Eventful times for me recently.
Let's see.
Kings, dragons, conspiracies, men.
Stuff, more stuff.
Yeah, we're thrilled for you. But why don't you tell us about Uma instead?
Long story. I was on a serious trail. Went to Velen, Skellige, Novigrad, where Dandelion needed saving again.
He get caught plowing somebody he shouldn't have been.
Right. Speaking of old friends Novigrad and plowing, how's Triss?
We were talking about Uma, weren't we?
The night is young. Got time to talk about everything.
Asshole.
Lambert. Not funny.
Fine.
Alright.
Conversation turned serious? Let's talk. Yen, what do you plan to do with them?
Touchy subject.
I said I'd tell you tomorrow.
So tell us now. It's after midnight.
I'll subject him to the trial of grasses, but only...
You'll fucking what?
Sorry. Looking to turn him into a
No.
witcher?
Of course not. As I was about to say, I'll only apply the first half of the trial, because...
Because you want to watch him suffer?
Stop interrupting, or I will watch you suffer. To restore Uma's former appearance, we must first...
Begin a catalyst.
How do I explain it?
A chemical
Imagine
reaction.
a lump of clay. In order to shape it, you must first moisten it, or it will crumble. The trial's initial part does just that. It opens the body to change, so to speak. Only then can the mutagens produce a witcher.
That'll be the first
It'll be
trial
the
in
first
years.
trial in years.
Decades.
I knew you'd be wary.
Wary? That's not the problem. Those secrets have been forgotten, and that's how they should stay.
I'd be the last to suggest you start producing hordes of witches.
You hardly need to. See, till now we had a great excuse not to take in apprentices. Seems we'll need to talk it over.
Maybe later. Who's up for another round?
Oh, I am. But we're all out of stuff to chew on. Geralt, mind raiding the kitchen?
Not at all.
Gentlemen, pleasure drinking with you. Lambert especially. But the hour is late. Don't stay out long. Tomorrow's an important day.
We'll see.
Didn't listen, did he?
They never do.
What are you talking about?
Samavilla contract Eskel got a while back. Good story.
Finish it in a minute. First, some more fuel.
Tossing back the drinks.
Now that's a kick in the liver. What is it?
The Gauntlet. Equal parts spirit and white gold. What's that look about? Yen's gone to bed. Time for some serious drinking.
Damn straight. Pour us another. Bottoms up.
How about a round of cards?
Why not? Playing for coin though, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. Unless you'd rather play strip Gwent.
Maybe I'd finally come to understand what women see in you.
Compare your trousers snakes later. Pouch is on the table. What's with him?
Don't worry about it. Let's play.
Poor Eskel. Lambert knows exactly what he's about to face. Oh no, a spy. And Siri. Oh shit, another spy. Better play my own spy. I got a good hand. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Biting Frost, okay. Alright, going for the ranged advantage. Too bad I've got some hero cards that aren't affected by weather. And torrential rain, okay. It works for me. I've got other things on the field that'll make a difference, so. And thanks for the spy. Might as well, I guess. I think this might be the closest I've ever gotten to actually decking out.
Good Especially that move with the...
Esco. He doesn't need any praise. Just
It's like, damn it!
So, watch this about a Samavilla?
Snared this peasant in her dance. Instead of being happy, he escaped with his life. Yoko fell head over heels in love. Wanted me to trap her. Turned him down. So he tried it on his own, a fishing net. Bet you they're still dancing a mazurka in some fallow field.
great story. With a moral, too.
Really? What's that?
Stay away from dangerous women.
Will you ever lay off, Yan?
Yeah, as soon as I trust her.
You brave a fire for her. Whereas she plays you like a cheap fiddle.
That's what you
Way
guys
it's
say.
always been.
Listen to you two goddamn relationship experts. Neither of you's been with a sorceress.
For good reason.
Fine, leave pretty boy alone before he gets close. Already has that pouty look on his face. I can't stand it. Drink up, girl. To you and Yen. Happily ever after. Colder and up an ice giant's ass in here. Gentlemen, I shall return.
Okay.
You and Lambert get along?
In a way. I've learned not to talk to him about certain things.
Guessing that's quite a list.
It is.
Hello, youngins. Got your own little carnival going, eh? Alcohol, my good man, is a witcher's worst enemy.
Where did you get that bonnet?
Vesemir's trunk. The height of fashion in 1112. Old man probably put it on when he went courting. Or in the jargon of the time, wooing the damsels. Men, a witcher's life is not all cards and liquor. It is toil. It is labor. No gurgling babes to wean for us. Nay, not for us.
All right. One Vesemir's enough. Take that off before you get it dirty. And pour.
Oh, I'll pour, Esco. I'll pour. To the brim. Because without vodka, you're as stiff as a bookkeeper in a body gap.
Well. Alright.
All right, guys. Bedtime.
Speak for yourself. Night's still young as I see it.
Or we're not. Tomorrow's a big day.
Fine. Drinking with my mirror image is just no fun. At least it wasn't last time.
See? Even you can't stand yourself. Good night.
Oh, that's such an it's see, even you can't drink with yourself. Okay.
Damn. What a dream.
They're all up and about and he's not. Like, alright, alright.
See everyone's up and at 'em.
Take it you had a productive evening?
Yes. We talked about Uma till late.
So I guess you didn't get a chance to see to the beams in the tower.
No.
No. But we'll, get to that, I promise. Right, Lambert?
You can give the boys a rap on the knuckles later. Let's get to work.
Alright, Vesemir.
Vesemir, learn anything?
While you were out hunting forktails and playing with the megascope, I examined.
Alright.
Notice one thing. At moments of, what's the term? Relaxed consciousness, he behaves differently. While falling asleep, he'd pause, awake for an instant, Something different about his movements, his gaze then, but only
But
for a moment. So I induced a trance, hypnotized it essentially. No effect at first, but as he dropped into deep lethargy, I heard something. A sigh or a moan. And it wasn't Uma's voice.
All right. I just don't get how that helps us.
Then keep silent. Thank you, Vesemir. And I apologize for what I said earlier. Have the boys told you what we plan to do?
Yes, don't like it one bit.
All
I
right.
suppose I have to trust you.
Right. So what now?
We can begin. We need only brew the potions.
Wait. Why couldn't we...
Do it earlier? Because the preparatory potions for the trial are strongly reactive. They must be administered immediately after they're brewed. Satisfied? Geralt, make the potions. Here are the formulae. Eskel, take a bottle of spirit.
No. After last night,
And disinfect the tools. Well,
No
chop,
drinking.
chop.
You don't know who's strapped in Uma's body. How did you figure the proportions?
Performed a series of complex.
Yeah, fork-tail spinal fluid, manticore poison gland, and an albino bruxa tongue, which a bruxa is a type of vampire, so... Ugh.
Extrapolated some data. Ran simulations.
Meaning you guessed.
Potions ready.
tools too.
Good. Vesemir?
Oakweed extract to deaden the pain. I know. Done this before.
Eskel. Make the incisions in his veins. Insert the tubes.
Ah.
Geralt, place the potion vials in the feeders.
Ready.
Open the valves. It doesn't matter in which order.
The hookweed work?
If it hadn't, the pain would have sent him
Okay.
into shock. Killed him.
So, everything's going smoothly.
No, but it's within known norms.
Administer the next potion.
Wild dry juice.
I'd hoped I would never have to watch this again.
Why'd you keep the table then?
I mean, he's got a point.
Geralt, next potion.
Final potion.
O-E-C-K, Finn.
What now?
Now we wait for the potions to do their work. Might take a day, might take more.
You need only wait. True. But I must maintain the stabilizing spell. Uma's body is not nearly as resilient as a
Alright.
young candidate witch's. Without this, he... Eskel, I'm sorry. Would you mind?
Getting some rags. On it.
Oh. Ah. Bleh.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Wiping vomit off the floor?
No. The trial. If that's Syrian there, she could come out of this crippled. Wrong in the head. Just emotionless. Thought about that?
trust you.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Don't doubt that. But do we know what she's doing? She tell you how likely this is to work?
Gentlemen, the floor's as clean as it'll ever be. And I need to be wiped down as well. No offense, but I'd rather Geralt did it.
Understood. I'd prefer that too.
Preference of having Geralt wipe the puke off of me. Alright, looks like the potions have run their course.
That normal?
Yes. Uma's body is disintegrating from the inside. Once that's complete, we'll need to reform it, or he'll die. You witches were given mutagens. We will use spells.
Okay.
Hey, Yen, you're dozing off.
No, I'm just resting my eyes.
Yeah, you're tapping into a lot
It's
of the
called
power.
sleeping.
Then do something to keep me awake.
Pinching's apparently effective.
Later, perhaps. For now, talk to me. Tell me a story.
Heard about the time Ciri and I went ice skating?
No, not that I recall.
The winter she trained here. A couple months in, she started complaining I was too harsh a teacher. Brushed it off at first. Then she asked me to go skating with her. Didn't really want to. I'd never been before. But she insisted. As soon as we hit the ice, she started skating circles around me, hollering, "No, not like that. Footwork. One, then the other. Crossover. No, wrong. Break with
Skating
me,
actually
skate,
becomes an
not the
important,
toes."
has an important moment in the
Needless to
books.
say, from then on,
Not this skating, but something else
He's
happens.
awake. It's time. Time to lift the curse. Prepare the phylactery.
In the books, Ciri is being chased down by a bounty hunter, mercenary type guy, and they're crossing a frozen lake, and he falls into the ice, and as he's trying to climb himself back up, Ciri comes and just right over his fingers. It was a bad guy, very much.
No, I won't let you. Geralt, yellow flask, in my satchel.
Quiet. Listen.
Koal, Kaniatad.
Nevid Severe, Koal, Kaniatad. Nevid, Gariba, Endir.
Geralt, the phylactery, open it.
Kanitad, Taran Anadir, Dis.
Okay. Yep. Welcome back to your own body there, buddy.
You know him?
yes.
Yep.
An elf. And hell. A sage.
Where is Ciri?
Shit, I really could get that dressed that quickly in the morning.
Fists.
Sleeping a
It's
little
not.
longer.
She's not safe. The hunt.
Isle of Mists. Where is it?
Everywhere. And nowhere.
Listen, Sage. We didn't lift that curse to play riddles with you.
Dude, Lambert, shut the fuck up.
Yvain. Arwen. Siran.
And Skellige. Follow it to the mists. Hurry. Hurry. I tried to protect her. But the curse,
I know, I know.
the hunt, has not found the Isle as yet. It is a matter of time. They will detect her.
Enough, Geralt. He's not yet free of death's grip.
Alright.
I'm going to get Ciri.
Hold up. Don't you think you owe us some answers? How do you know this Avalon?
Okay. Let's see.
Yennefer can tell you. Just keep an eye on him. He's not a friend.
Perhaps not, but Ciri apparently trusted him. We should at least take his word seriously.
He's the enemy of the enemy.
Take Ciri from that Isle of Mists, and the hunt will pick up her trail immediately. What then?
We'll be waiting for them, swords in hand.
Yes.
Prep for a
By
fight.
me, the hunted became the hunters. Geralt will find Ciri and bring her here, and the hunt will follow. They'll expect to catch us by surprise, and they'll be sorely disappointed.
We plan to fight them. We five? In a crumbling castle.
Do we have a choice, besides delaying the inevitable?
Pretty boy could try to round up a few others who know how to swing a sword.
Or wield magic.
Fine.
I'll get some
Ciri
recruits.
and recruit some allies. Bring everyone here. Got a few favors I can call in.
Any good-looking women in that batch?
Mm-hmm. Exclusively. And you?
Kira
What do you
Mintz.
plan to do?
I've Avalon. He's certain to die
Letho.
without gentle, gradual magic treatment. There's hope if I help him. Not much, but better than naught.
The boys and I'll consider how we should greet our uninvited guests.
All right. Time I was on my way.
Good luck, Wolf, and give Cirilla our love.
Come back quickly, Geralt.
Will do. Alright. Let's... Alright, got a few missions to gather up some allies. Apparently I already got the Velen one, so... Novigrad first.
The curse that held
To
him
Hierarch Square.
But Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalok, for this was his name. Was the
Yeah,
elven
Avalok
mage
used to
who had
work
helped
with
Ciri
the
flee
Wild
the
Hunt.
Isle, and hidden her away.
And then basically realized the mistake that they were planning. So he was the one who helped Ciri escape. And then stuff happens, basically.
Now they've got their new king, perhaps the Skelligers will calm down.
Alright.
So, how'd it go with this evening? I was laughing about wondering over this when suddenly up he pops and heals me. And needs must stay.
I'm gonna talk to Zoltan first, then we're gonna go to Dijkstra. And then we'll go to Roche.
See his mug. See your son, Just. Mate, take after his father.
You short man.
I know where Ciri is.
Let's go get the lassie.
I'll do that, but I have another job for you. You need to set out for Kaer. That's where I'll take Ciri. The Wild Hunt will attack soon afterwards. Could use you at our side.
You'll have me and my axe.
You will have me and my axe.
Vesemir,
Okay,
Esco,
Gimli.
are already there.
It's a Kim.
Oh! Nice. Shouldn't let that refuse into its with
Good to hear you're doing pretty good there, Jedi.
What village are you from?
Willows. It's into the area 2 days ride from Zima.
How'd you discover it was the city current?
Kim's gonna go check on Lily. Okay, where are the people running and screaming from? Okay, people just running and screaming for no reason. That's normal.
Trouble?
From over there. Thanks for the help, Jedi. Let's see if Dijkstra can be of any help. Fuck off, Happy.
Got a minute?
I do. What do you want?
Wasn't sure I should even ask you. Still not.
What the hell?
What the hell? I could honestly use some help.
Oh, my help. Very interesting. Do tell.
Wild Hunt's gonna attack Kaer soon. It's a sure thing. Looking for people, resources, anything that'll help me repel them.
The Wild Hunt? Don't tell me you believe that nonsense.
Hardly nonsense. Got a taste of it. A painful taste. On my own skin.
Sorry, Geralt, but I've my own pile of problems just now. I've not recovered my lost property. Your help, you might remember, left much to be desired. So I don't owe you shit.
You doing okay?
Yeah, it's like trying to defuse a bomb.
Usually how it works. Alright, where's the closest fast travel sign? Right down this way.
On the guards, they're worse than thugs.
Luckily, Roche is not a very far travel, so...
Dripping in sweat.
Oh, honey.
I hate her room.
Now, witches, they can't catch the pot.
So...
When this is all over, I aim to open a hall.
Geralt of Rivia, safe and sound.
Could use your help.
If you can help, it'd be great. If not, understandable.
Wild Hunt's bound to appear soon after.
You didn't turn your back on me when I was in need. It's only fair I do the same.
Thanks. Venture to say your skills might prove invaluable.
I'll consider whether to bring Vess. Either way, I'll see you at Kaer.
Okay.
It's true you killed King. Now, witches,
The curse that held
We're gonna go ask for some help from Hamir. Whether or not he gives it to us is another thing, but all the help is necessary. So
That's good.
Just 'cause I'm not gonna remember what. Oh, that's right. I can't run through here. Bleh. I can't even like hastily walk.
Hell,
Risk.
Either way, I can't move fast enough.
If ein Kaer is Daithwin Adden in Kaer at Morhen.
And blah 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 blah.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Witcher, why have you come?
Alright.
I've managed to find out where Ciri is.
Finally. I'd begun to doubt the wisdom of enlisting you. Bring her here at once.
The Wild Hunt's pursuing her. Kaer Morhen's the only place she'll be safe.
That was not a suggestion. I can defend my own daughter.
Don't doubt it.
I don't doubt it. Against conventional foes.
But the Wild Hunt can teleport.
Facing it here would put Vizima at risk. Hundreds of innocents could die. Kaer Morhen is in a wilderness, and your army stands to be far more helpful there.
Agreed. I shall send a banner with you. On one condition. General Voris will lead it.
Can't agree to that.
And I cannot agree to witches commanding my troops.
Well, I'm not about to give in.
CVS?
Look at either. Sorry to take up your time, Your Majesty.
Be prepared for the COVID-19
Bring me
vaccine.
Huh.
I will, if that's what she wants.
And now I can run. But yeah, even though I knew that wasn't going to work out, still had to try. Oh yeah, all the fast travel points. I'm pretty sure the bridge to Kaer Troll is...
But Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
Little Morgan's birthday tomorrow. Yeah, that's a secret. White like it would be a nice little axe. Stay out of trouble, or you answer to me.
Modern Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
Wanted to talk. This isn't easy. I need to ask you a favor.
Big
a big one.
Tell me, friend.
Ciri, I know where she is, but I also know that as soon as I reach her, the Wild Hunt will know I did. They'll come after us, attack, and we'll need to respond with strength. Can I count on you?
The Black Ones first, now Wraiths. Such is life. Bring her here, and we'll face them in battle.
Can't risk your men's lives.
Kaer Morhen, out in the middle of nowhere.
Nowhere else.
Kaer Morhen is hundreds of miles away. To move an army there would take weeks. Not to mention, I'd expose the Isles to Nilfgaard's blows. Geralt, forgive me, but I cannot do it.
It's okay.
I understand. Won't take up any more of your time. Farewell.
Wait. Won't let you leave empty-handed. I'll help as I can. Come with me.
Oh, okay. What you got, buddy?
Beautiful craftsmanship. Got a talented smith.
Not I. King Erland Uncrate did.
Erland Stonefist. So this is Winter's blade. Thought it was a legend.
Forged in Mahakam, tempered in dragon fire. Been in the Uncrate family for centuries. And now, it's yours.
Thank you. This can't be easy for you. I appreciate it all the more.
I would say no, but I'm pretty sure he'd yell at me for saying no, so.
May it serve you well. Send those specters back where they came from.
That's my intention. Farewell.
A sword through his ribs. Like to rip his lung out.
Consider settling in Kaer yet. Did you sever his Out of a jail to your bollocks. Beware the bandits.
Alright, so.
These continental. You've no respect for our customs. Not ye, nor that witch Yennefer.
Yeah, well. Oh, damn.
The Jarl's laundry maid. You and Hjalmar, you sure fucking showed that icy horse.
Friends, we show heart.
Alright, we're gonna try going this way. Ah, here we go.
Respect, Witcher.
Queen.
Your Royal Majesty. Would you spare a moment?
Come home, Geralt. I'm the same lass I was, save for the title. But things changed.
Got a delicate matter I wanted to bring up. Need your help.
What is it?
Croc's mentioned Ciri to you? He must have.
Have you found her?
Not yet, but I'm close. Problem is, as soon as I get to her, the Wild Hunt will probably be able to locate us, quickly. So I'll want to take her to Kaer Morhen, battle the hunt there. I'm looking for allies.
I can't leave the Isles now. It's impossible. What I can do is give you my best warrior, Hjalmar.
Think you'll be willing?
I'm sure of it. In fact, I think I'll be overjoyed. Come on, you
He's
know.
gonna be like,
Yeah, guess I do. Thanks.
No doubt he'll be valiant. I hope he proves useful too. Good luck.
Hey, buddy. I've got a big fight for you. Big fight.
The Wild Hunt's preparing to attack Kaer Morhen. Could use your help.
Rates at the gate of your Witcher's stronghold. You're a friend of the clan. I cannot refuse you. What's more, no one Crate's ever stood in battle such a foe. I'll leave at once.
Thanks. Won't forget this.
Alright.
What's your step, eh?
Now to get to a fast travel point and get to Ermion.
More trouble. Last night was. You've no respect for our.
Alright. Okay. Last person, and then we'll move on to the next bit.
Don't you
Can we talk?
Alright.
The Wild Hunt will attack Kaer Morhen soon. Gonna need your help.
A wild hunt?
Are you certain? So, you found Ciri?
Yes.
I know where she is. And the Wild Hunt will also learn that as soon as I find her.
I see. I shall pack immediately. Leave tomorrow at the latest.
Thank you.
No need. I raised the girl, and I've still a duty to her. I shall see you at Kaer Morhen.
Hey, got an achievement. Get a boat. Okay. I will go get a boat while I eat this ham sandwich. Okay, so
Did you sever his head? Head of a giant on your mouth.
boat. All right. Oh, that's great. Piece of drift right under the ship right off the start. Whale. I forgot there's fast traveling to the harbors, so all right. I'm gonna get a warning message about this. Because this is where we actually start to well, get stuff done. You are near a crucial point in the game story. It is recommended that you save your game in a manual save now.
A long trek requires a fellow. Shit. Ought to cobble one together.
A long trek requires the fellowship. Ought to cobble one together. Alright. Here we go.
The curse that held him up proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it.
Alright,
The
man.
ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalok, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
Just gotta follow the firefly. I'm unequipped in my freaking crossbow. That's not cool. Alright. Geralt. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Screw you, game. Now I'm just gotta fucking observe everything. Alright.
Firefly stopped at the hut. I'll look inside. Locked.
Anybody in there?
Damn.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Open up.
Ah.
You're fucking covered. Who are you? What do you want?
I'm Geralt, a witcher.
Go away!
Looking for a young woman. Ashen hair, scar on her face. Will you let me in?
No!
How many of you are in there?
Why do you need to know? You're taking a bloody census! Now my mum's beard, get yourselves together, lads. You there, outside the door. Geralt, that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Geralt.
Listen, Geralt, let's cut to the thick of it. We survived a shipwreck recently. Beasts from the depths ate some of my lads, and the rest of us found shelter here. Not too special, that, as dangers litter this isle, but it does go to explain why we're a wee bit distrust.
Alright, what do you want?
This conversation's getting tiring. Listen, let's make a deal.
If that's a demon, it will try to dupe us now.
I'm not a demon. You don't need to fear me. Give me a chance, I'll prove it.
How do you aim to do that?
Look for lost
Say I
mates.
find your mates. Will you believe I mean no harm?
Aye, but I'm not counting either. Coming too easy.
How many are there?
Hey, I will get that very.
This
Alright.
Ivo. Where do
I need info on where to find them.
He'd explore the cave to the east. Try to knock it out his head. Literally. Bugger would budge.
Gaspard. Where'll I find him?
He said it was defeated. Said the wait to be rescued. We had to take action, or at least he did. Claimed to have spotted a lantern out to sea. So he said he'd climb the highest peak to look out for a ship.
Okay. And
Where
Turk.
did Ferenc go?
West, in search of a ship that's said to be out there. Ferry, he's handy. So I can make fix it.
Okay.
See what
I'll try to find the three.
See if I can't find all three. See ya.
I'm content to understand.
Alright. All right.
Am I ever pleased to see you?
I talked to your friends. Come down.
Right. I'm coming. You lucky devil, you. You know, I've one regret. That...
Dead. Damn.
Well, that sucks. On to the next one.
Hey, wake up.
Shoo. Back to bed, Nibbles.
Wake up.
What's happening? Who are you?
I'm Geralt. Your friends asked me to find you, Ferenc, and Ivo.
I'm afeard they're dead. Some horror swarmed Ivo, saw it with my own eyes. And Ferenc, I heard him. A blood-curdling cry, then the roar of a beast.
Let's get back to the hut. I'll protect you along the way.
Shame about the lads, really, but what can you do? Come on. But I should warn you, I suffer from narcolepsy, meaning...
I know what it means. Don't worry, I'll keep you awake.
If you haven't gotten the clue, they're the 7 dwarfs. I forget who died falling off the cliff, though.
How you like that silver?
I feel a wee bit drowsy.
Wake up.
I don't want to go to school.
Get your ass up. Let's move.
Know much about this isle?
Almost nothing.
You know, it ain't on my map.
A common characteristic of enchanted islands.
You think it's enchanted?
It's the one thing I'm sure of.
You think it's enchanted? Bud? Pretty sure that's the only thing I know about this island. That's weird. Nope, I had it right. We're going back this way. Just don't fall asleep. Okay, wait, hold on. Nope, we took a wrong turn. You're exercise is good for you. It's just a little bit of a mix-up. It happens.
drifting off. I'll soon
Wake up.
Right, just a wee bit longer.
Get up.
So, what is it brought you to this strange place?
Looking for someone.
Here?
Just kind of turned out that way.
Not too keen on talking about it, are you?
Not really.
Alright, bud.
This place seems safe enough. Just be sure and come back. And make it quick, eh? Not that much to see here.
Alright, I'll go see if I can find Ferric. I'm pretty sure he's dead from your description. Pretty sure I have to fight a fiend. Since you said roar. Alright, yeah, you want tango? Let's tango. Not my best tumble, but hey, that's how it goes. And because it's a fiend, it's a relic.
Stubby legs, too slow.
Gotta wait for the effect to wear off.
One of the missing dwarves. Shame he's dead.
1 out of 3 is not bad. And all those nice little haunting voices in the background just screaming. All right.
Right here, friend.
Sure. Let's hear him then.
Wake up.
I'm awake.
Stand back! I'm opening the door.
Gaspard! Ha! You seem a bit muddled.
Muddled. A bit drowsy, that's all.
What of the others?
Found one near a monster's den. He was already dead, sadly. Saw another fall from a cliff. Broke his neck.
Shit. Roderick told me to have an eye on the snot. 'Twas his nephew. Thanks for helping. And sorry I didn't trust you.
Sorry.
Oh, everything's gone wrong. What'll we do now?
Got a boat. You can leave with me, but I need to find someone first.
An ashen-haired lass?
Yes.
Oh, dreadful sorry.
Step aside.
She's cold. Spirits left her. Nothing we can do.
Let's wait by the boat.
I mean, you're not wrong. The spirit did leave her, but there's a slight catch. Of course, this scene got me a little bit when the first time I played through, so. Boop. Girl in the woods is your destiny.
Guess not all of Vesemir's teachings have receded into oblivion.
A witcher can forget to eat, to drink, to breathe even. But a witcher never ever forgets to care for his blade.
Yeah, I used to repeat that incessantly. Never tired of doing it either.
What creature was it?
Huh? Creature?
One that gave you the scar over your left eye. It's new. I don't remember it.
Souvenir from the Cockatrice of Spala. Another addition to the collection. Nothing special. Yours is healed beautifully, though.
Avalok. He prepared some special ointments for me. But that was before the curse gripped him. Wonder where he is now.
Come on.
We lifted the curse. He's at Kaer, waiting for you.
Are you serious? You must be. You would not jest about something like that. A nice thing to wake up to.
You trust him?
Avalok? He's not let me down to date. Not once.
Why exactly is Avalok helping you? Sages have never been fond of humans.
He doesn't do it for me. It's about my power. As if it could ever be about anything else. Avalok tried to teach me how to control my ability. He was also making sure I didn't fall into Eridan's hands.
Any idea what Aaron wants you for?
What's he want from you?
What everyone wants. Control of my powers. His homeworld faces annihilation. Eridan's decided to invade ours. Brilliant, wouldn't you say? Can't achieve much on his own, so he needs to bring an army. Except his navigators can't possibly move him and thousands of NL between planes. Their abilities won't allow it.
Whereas yours will.
Exactly. And if I die in the process, well, that's a necessary sacrifice.
Yeah.
How do you ever start traveling with Avalok?
As soon as I'd left you and Yen on the Isle of Avalon, I found myself pursued. Eredin and his Red Riders were on my heels. I fled through many worlds, many times. They came very close to catching me once. It was then that Avalok appeared, out of nowhere. He found a portal and took us to a world where Eredin couldn't find us for, perhaps half a year.
The world where Eredin couldn't find you. What was it like?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
People there had metal in their heads, waged war from a distance, using things similar to megascopes. And there were no horses. Everyone had their own flying ship instead.
Siri, stop fooling around.
Cyberpunk 2077.
We should have stayed there.
So why'd you return?
I thought the hunt had lost my scent for good. I thought I was safe. Besides, I wanted to find you. You and Yennefer.
You were looking for us. We were looking for you. Times I thought you were just a step away. Other times, felt like I was going around in circles.
I'm not surprised. There were times I fled pell-mell head first and forward.
So tell me how it happened, step by step.
Eredin located us mere moments after we landed on Lord Skellig. Soon after, he and his riders surrounded us. I thought it was over, the end. Turned out Eredin had other plans. He produced the phylactery, uncorked it. A fog enveloped us, and Avalok began gasping for air.
That's how Eredin cursed Avalok, triggered his transformation into Uma?
Yes. He didn't wish to kill him. Humiliation, that's what he was after. But Avalok refused to succumb without a fight. He cast a spell that wrought havoc in the hunt's ranks.
And in a full half of a forest on Ard Skellig.
Yet it also gave us time to flee. Avalok opened a portal. I leapt in. He was supposed to follow right behind me, but something went awry. Impaired by the curse, he failed to reach the portal in time. We had agreed that if anything went wrong and we were separated, we would meet at his hideout in Venom.
But you failed to meet there.
Yes, we failed to. Once through the portal, instead of at Avalok's hideout, I landed right in the middle of Crookback Bog.
At the
Barely
Crones.
escaped the crones.
Then there was
There
there.
was the Baron. You know, he took me hunting. I killed a wild boar with my sword.
I heard.
A coincidence, really. I had no desire to hunt that day, but it felt wrong to refuse. I'd taken nothing remotely resembling a hunting weapon. I simply hadn't intended to hunt. I was wandering through the forest, breathing deep the air. And then I heard a strange sound. Unsettling.
Boar attacked you?
Mm-hmm. Big as a bison, and lumbering straight at me. And all I had was my sword. I had to manage.
Did just fine, judging by how the Baron's men remember it.
Simple soldiers, the whole lot. But we got along splendidly. A shame I had to leave. Flee. But I didn't want to bring the wild hunt down on him. Apart from which, I knew by then the curse was progressing. So instead of looking for Avalok, I decided to find you and Yen.
So how do you even meet a man like Orson Jr.?
You and Yennefer were nowhere to be found, and I needed someone who could fix the phylactery. No ordinary craftsman would do. I needed a mage, one with extraordinary powers. Dandelion took it upon himself to help me. It was as if his honor depended on it. He arranged a meeting with a mage, but it proved a trap set by the temple guard.
The big trap.
Failed to mention that.
Probably didn't want to worry you. Later, we learned the guard did that sort of thing regularly, in the hope of nabbing anyone who collaborated with mages.
Huh.
We needed to find another way. That was clear. Then Dandelion said he knew a man who owned a piece of Novigrad, as he put it, could do more than others. He was certain to know someone who could fix the phylactery.
Very true.
Orson Jr.
Mm-hmm. I suspected it might not be the best idea, but I was desperate. I had no choice.
And you got cheated in the end.
Orson was not the ideal partner in crime.
Damned simpleton got it in his head that we cheated him and kidnapped Dudu.
Who you promptly freed only to have to flee to Temple Isle. Great idea.
We hadn't planned it. Had no time to consider. We just bolted. I didn't even realize the guardsmen were driving me into a trap. Suddenly there I was, and I knew I had to disappear. At once.
And that's when you landed back in Skellige.
The shore of Hindisfjall. The first pleasant place that came to mind. Hjalmar and I used to swim there.
Wait, so you actually wound up there by accident? I thought you and Avalok had arranged something.
No, he simply sensed me use my power. Just as Eredin can sense where I am, where I travel. In fact, Eredin arrived soon after I did. His riders in tow. Once again, things happened quickly.
The attack, the flight, dreams.
And then, dreams. Just dreams.
What did you dream? I've had nothing but nightmares lately. Pretty horrible.
Likewise, for the most part. In one, a monster grown from a stillborn child chased you. Ugh, that was horrible. I had a few nice dreams. For example, in one we sat around a fire, drinking good wine, and all around people danced and laughed.
Like that one a lot better.
Me too. But these dreams, and the others, ended in some tower. No matter what I dreamed, in the end, I would enter a tower.
I know where the tower is, so...
Recognize it? Know where it might be?
Not sure. I don't think so. But there was something familiar about it. And something terrifying. The tower was stark and dead. But at the same time, I felt I had to enter it.
Did you?
No. Dreams all ended with me searching for the entrance. And the last time, instead of the tower, I saw your grizzled face. If not for the scar over your eye, I'd have thought I was still dreaming.
I was afraid you were dead. Found some dwarves here. Said they'd try to wake you, but you were cold as ice and you weren't breathing.
And yet you came in.
Who listens to dwarves these days? Speaking of which, they're probably getting antsy. We should go. Got a boat on the beach. Once we land, we'll head for Kaer Morhen. On horseback.
Right. Conventional means of travel. They're just better. Though a portal would be quicker.
And draw Eredin to us immediately. Rather not risk it.
Yeah.
Besides, I hate portals. Damn. Listen, we gotta think of a way to...
Time portal.
Get us out of here.
They'll know where we've gone. They'll know how to find me.
They already do. Siri, take us home.
Time to head home for a fight. Do.
Welcome back, child.
My, you've grown beautiful.
No point standing around. Come on, time to greet the others.
You've not changed a bit. Any of you. All just like I remembered.
What?
Little sis.
They're all here. Everyone you asked for help. Avalok's resting in the tower, still in pretty bad shape. No reason to do it out here. Come inside.
Alright.
Time's short. Wild Hunt will be here soon.
Maybe I'll give you two a moment.
Tris, please.
No, you must have missed each other terribly. A minute's delay won't hurt anyone.
No, we should get going. They're waiting for us.
Yan, you know the Wild Hunt better than anyone else.
Yeah, you guys can talk. I'm gonna... Whoop. Almost die. I leveled up. Twice? Holy shit. Deal with Red later. Get synergy going and have more bonuses from everything.
Ah, Geralt. How are things?
Got another voyage in mind?
Of course. Ice Giant was just the beginning. Besides, I got all kinds of horse sons already saying he wasn't that big.
What about the folk of Undvik? You and your men were gonna help them return to their isle and rebuild Urskar.
Ceres will take care of that.
Farewell, Ancrate.
Ha! You found her.
Bring all your tools with you?
Thought to myself, a battle approaches. Blades will need honing. Plate will need some hammering. That sort of thing.
Thought right. Thanks, Sultan.
Plan to top that by brewing some more Mahakam and mix. Shite so volatile you need but glance at it to set it off like a flaming fart. Very useful during sieges.
Alright.
Willing to craft something for me?
Of course. Provided...
Alright.
Alright. We'll talk later, Zoltan.
Wolf. Anair, Anadar, Volanda.
Oh, okay.
She's one of us, Geralt. No way we'll let him take her.
Any progress?
Damn piece of junk. Barely younger than Vesemir.
Eskel.
Greetings, Wolf.
Eskel.
Need some peace. Gotta prepare.
Alright.
It's high enough.
You drop it a bit.
Yes?
Glad to see you.
Set out alone, Vest tracked me down. Insisted on coming.
I ought to give you a hiding for not asking my help, but I took it all out in Roach along the way.
Some old friends.
What's this horse son doing here?
We need him.
You might have forgotten what he did. I haven't.
Gotta save Ciri, whatever the cost. And Letho's faced the hunt before.
I don't question his abilities. I simply don't trust him.
Letho won't betray us.
You're naive. Always have been.
He won't betray us against the
Usually I don't
wild
give a
hunt, at
shit, but
least.
this time it could kill Vess and me both. Think this through before it's too late.
We'll stay and help. But we don't want him at our backs.
Sorry, I had to scratch my nose.
An illusion.
Greetings, Geralt. If I'm to die today, I wish to look smashing for the occasion. Leave my dresser alone.
Getting all gussied up for the wild hunt.
Women only ever beautify themselves for their own satisfaction.
Glad you're here.
It's good to see you again.
Expected you earlier.
I started off heading in the opposite direction, but then turned around.
What made you change your mind?
There are times when a woman should simply not explain her decision. That goes doubly for sorceresses.
Fair enough.
Get everybody together. Time to talk.
Time to plan out for the big fight. Place is not ready for a siege, though. Still in disrepair from the last siege.
Thank you for coming. The wild hunt will be here soon. They're coming for Ciri. Want to take her? We'll stop them.
How do you even know the hunt will show?
They always know where I teleport to, and they move from place to place in an instant.
So what's our plan?
Aridin, the king of the hunt. He's confident. He'll strike hard, hoping to defeat us with the force of the blow alone. We've got to take the initiative away from him. Foil his plan.
I'll generate a magic dome over the fortress. It will scatter them, force them to land in the woods.
If they're dispersed out in the woods, we could hunt down small groups of riders.
Got our first volunteer for the hunting party. And the second.
Count me in too. Always believed attack is the best defense.
The hunt will try to penetrate into the fortress through navigator portals. I can do nothing against this kind of magic, so you'll need to find and close as many as you can while hunting in the woods.
Yep.
Lambert will make us dimeridium bombs. Remember the formula?
Of course.
Excellent. Erden should work on the portals as well. I shall also give you each an amulet. Snap them in half and you'll become invisible, at least while you remain still or move slowly. Move abruptly, engage any foes, clash with them, and they will see you. Apart from that, they will be able to hear you and smell you. If you come across a large unit, do not attack. Signal Triss and she will provide support.
I'll look for your signal. As soon as I see it, I'll rain fire on the forest.
Good to know.
Remember, there's only a few of us. We have to help each other, work together. If anything goes wrong and the hunt puts us on the defensive, we pull back, make a stand at the gates of the fortress. The inner courtyard is our last line of defense. If we don't stop them there, we're doomed. Ciri's most important in all of this. The hunt's after her, and we have to defend her at all costs.
What do I do?
Stay inside the keep. If they break through, come inside. We'll all converge to help you.
Out of the question. I can look after myself.
No one doubts that, child. But remember the most important moment when hunting a monster?
Wait for an opportunity.
Exactly.
After the council, I'll give you an amulet. If you use it, a ball of fire will land where you're standing, just in case.
Alright, now for
What
the
else
rest.
do we have that we can use?
Since you plan to ambush the hunt in the woods, I could dig some trapping pits, blue stripe style.
Meaning?
Deep as the dark abyss, bottoms bristling with sharpened stakes.
I brought this Mahakaman mix. Flammable as bone-dry saltpeter and ploughing sticks to anything. We fill some barrels, stack them in a narrow passage, and fire them up at an opportune moment.
You know, we stand on a vast deposit of gas. If need be, I could open cracks in the earth, create explosions.
Okay.
I would need to prepare, though.
There's the laboratory and the workshop.
One thing to remember, we've got limited resources and even less time. We ought to decide what kind of weaponry will be most useful against the hunt.
Absolutely. We need to assign one type of weaponry each to the lab and workshop.
Who needs access to the lab?
I started brewing some potions. Like to finish, if you don't mind.
I could prepare more of those Witcher's traps.
Alright.
But I'd need all the lab equipment.
Potions are limited to the Witchers, though, because other people who aren't Witchers can't take them. That'd be less than half the crew. Traps probably be best. Go with potions.
Always relied on potions. We should brew as many as possible.
Let's talk about the workshop. Been wanting to fix that breach in the wall, but we'll need the same tools to clear the rubble from the armory.
Rubble?
Haven't you heard? Roof caved in a couple of years back. There's some excellent swords in there. Swords we could use.
Filling in the breach seems just as important. They come through there, the siege will be over awfully quick.
Yeah, no, patch up the wall.
Fixing the breach in the wall's a priority.
Everyone has
We won't
weapons.
have time to do much else. Everything settled?
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's
settled.
fucking do this.
We don't have much time, so let's get to work.
Let's sum up. Yennefer will create a magic barrier to repel the main assault. That should push the opposing force into the woods, where Lambert, Geralt, and Letha will be waiting. They'll use Dimeridium to close the Navigator's portals, stop as many warriors as possible from entering the fortress. Triss will be waiting for their signal, then give the riders hell. All others will repel any foes who make it inside the fortress walls.
If anything goes wrong, we abandon the outer courtyard, pull back to the keep.
Alright. We got a plan.
Remember, Eridan can't get his hands on Ciri. That's most important. Let's look at the map of the fortress, figure out the details.
I mean...
Can't help feeling we've overlooked something important.
Don't think about it.
easier said than done.
What's ready?
Haven't had much time to prepare, so not much, honestly. Your potions.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything.
I'll saddle the horses. Come once you're ready to head into the woods.
Taking Letha with us.
You know my opinion.
Okay, I was about to say, you're not gonna give me back my stuff? Okay.
Got a minute?
Serious talk coming.
I won't let them take you. You know that.
I know.
You gotta keep clear. Stay out of trouble.
Don't treat me like a child.
Didn't even do that when you were one.
I like it when you smile. Come here.
Hey, kid.
Everything will be all right.
And away we go. I would hate that. Yep. They're here. The wild hunt is arriving.
See that? It's starting. Woods, now.
Do this. Siri. Good girl. Get your sword. If you're gonna disobey and leave the keep, get your sword. It's a big area. So I'm literally going through cutscene.
Gonna have to thank Yen once this is all over. That spell, really something. And the invisibility.
Hounds could sniff you out, so don't get too close. And you'll be visible as soon as you start fighting. Remember that.
He always talk this much?
Only when he's nervous. Good work with these bombs, by the way.
Aim at the portals. Be precise. I'm out of Dimeridium.
Yen mentioned casting the Erden at the rifts. Said the sign could seal them.
They're here. Time to say hello.
Slow down. Element of surprise is key. Stay hidden. Give Triss a chance to show them what she can do. Then we'll hit him.
Mean to say Marigold can conjure up more than a cloud of butterflies?
Nice.
Lots more. Wait and see.
Next time you get the feeling I'm about to piss off Marigold, make sure and knock me upside the head.
Love his bones. The air before a battle. Nothing smells as sweet.
Roach's
close
pits.
enough.
Couldn't have asked for anything more perfect. I hate portals.
Tough fuck.
One less to worry about. That stench.
Kill him quick.
Okay. It's like, why is that circle still? Oh, that's right, the guy that walked away.
Not that I don't
Problem solved. Damn.
Alright.
Geralt!
What? Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
What happened?
My game just shut down.
Oh no.
Fucking hell. Well, let's see where we... the middle of the fucking Battle of Kaer at that.
Isle of Mist where the elven mage had concealed her. There was no time to
Let's see where we left off.
descended on them. Ciri teleporting them to Kaer, where their friends awaited.
Okay. Here.
Come on.
It basically saved right at the spot that it shut down at, so. Oh. I mean, if it would have had to be back to the beginning of the Battle of Kaer, and I would have just ended the stream there and saved it for the next stream. All right.
Here. Look, they're regrouping.
This is where it shut. All right.
See the commander? Name's Imlerith. I remember him from back when I rode with the hunt.
Damn it. Spell's waning. We're becoming visible.
We're gonna try to kill him.
Too risky.
Pansy.
Nope, got a signal for Triss.
What's with Marigold?
Shit.
And that's when you find out she's under attack.
You were meant to wait inside.
I refuse to sit idle while you risk your lives for me.
Back inside!
No! Geralt gave the signal from the woods and Triss hasn't cast the spell.
Damn it! All right, run to her.
All right. Zoltan. Let's see. Short sword, club, battle axe. He's armed to the teeth.
Watch out!
Adios.
No! Geralt gave the signal! Damn it!
Whirlwind, 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 whirlwind. Just keep fucking whirling, man.
Geralt!
Super Quen. Unless I was using somebody else's shield. And then there's that bastard.
Jennifer's spell is waiting. Wizard's almost at the fortress.
Faster.
Don't stop! Marigold will shield us. Wonder if it took him out.
Immerith. Doubt it.
Yeah, Immerith is like a fucking armored barbarian tank of doom.
Large detachment approaching from the woods. We need to close the gate before they get inside.
Well, you know, I can't climb. So I'm gonna have to run through. All right.
La da da.
Fucking terrified.
Thanks.
You'd never have managed without me, would you? Come now, admit it.
Lambert, damn it! Stay with us! We gotta pull back! Yennefer's strength is waning!
Yep, back to the middle of the courtyard.
Heads up! Fall back! Through the gate! Into the courtyard!
Clouds! Not a second too soon.
Get back to your position.
Can't do that during combat. That sucks.
Passage to the main courtyard!
Alright.
Where's Esco?
Damn it! We agreed he'd open that gate.
Hasn't done it yet. Means
he'll be fine. We've got Triss to worry about now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Chaos at this point.
Everything all right?
Yes, thanks. Things were looking shaky.
We had to fall back. They tried to get in through the main gate. I'm afraid they could succeed next time.
What's with Eskel? We have to retreat. He's in trouble. I'm going to help him. Remember the stone I gave you.
Get his name, but that asshole. Eskel's mistake was making the first strike because you're dealing with that. You don't fight mages. Well, actually, he did the right thing. You never let a mage use the first move.
I can do it too.
Except for she can do it better.
Stay in the keep. Set your ass down like you were supposed to.
Who would have saved yours then?
Thank you.
We have to open the gate for them.
Okay.
Eskel's open the gate! We can retreat beyond it!
Fall back. You're not supposed to be out here.
Too late now.
They're coming in through the gaps!
Time iridium bombs. You'll find more in the crates by the walls.
Get out! Hold them back! I must form a circle of vitality.
There we go.
Gotta close the portals. If we don't, we die. The wall! Stop them!
chaotic fight. And Jen's shield fails, the blizzard comes in and freezes almost everybody. Yeah. There's only 2 people left.
Come.
Where is he?
You shan't escape me this time. She'll not abandon you. You humans are so impractical.
Yeah, well, you're an asshole.
Siri, no! I forbid you! You always were an unruly child. I adored that about you. Now fly!
Except for, like all planeswalkers, when a moment of very powerful emotion happens, it unlocks a tier of their magic. You're about to witness it. Hers is like a kind of like a sonic blast. It's literally liquefying their brains. Of course, it depends on how strong you are, if I remember right. And now comes the implosion teleporting. So everything she's pulling towards her is getting zapped to... I don't know where. They don't really say. But yeah. Luckily, he gets the fuck up and knows how to stop it. Or at least put her to sleep. But yeah. Yeah. Clean the blade and put it back.
I was too late to help him.
It's not your fault.
No, it's not. He made that choice.
I should not have fled here to Kaer Morhen.
Avalok is weak, but alive. Triss is tending to the others.
I nearly killed you. Killed everyone.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're very powerful like you are. So, yeah. If it wasn't for you,
we'd all be dead if not for you.
No, Geralt. The hunt would never have come to Kaer Morhen if I wasn't here.
Vesemir's funeral. We should prepare.
And basically all the prepping that you do for the Battle of Kaer Morhen decides on who stays alive. So it's one of those things where it's like the more prep you do and the better you do, the less you have die. Vesemir is always he's the one that has to die, story-wise. But if you don't prepare, you can lose Lambert and Eskel as well. That's why, like when I first played, I thought it was because I didn't get Nilfgaard, and then I found out that it's like, no, Vesemir is pretty much the one who has to go.
No Witcher's ever died in his own bed.
That is
You
true.
don't know how it is to see someone you love die. Because of you. For you.
We all knew what we were signing up for.
Yes. And you saved me. For how long? A week? A month?
We'll hide you, cover your tracks.
No. I will flee no more.
That's where you plan out an attack. Well, a trap.
Varfail. For those who remain, death should never take precedence over life. Pay your last respects to your friend. Then we must hold council.
I'm gonna talk to everybody first, and then I'm gonna save before heading to talk to
Can't imagine this place without
Avaloc. And we'll start talking with Avaloc at the beginning of the next stream. So.
And find somewhere else to winter next year.
Come on, it's the only home we've ever had. Stay.
No, Geralt. Place has been dying a while. Last nail in the coffin today. Time we accepted that.
Thank you.
Please. She was my ward, too. And the old should only ever stick around to help the young. You know, this hardly ends your struggle.
I know.
Whatever you aim to do now, remember you'll find souls willing to aid you in Skellige.
That's basically the hint.
Brock, his children.
Thanks. I'll remember that.
I shall take another look at the wounded. But I'll need to go soon. I'll leave you some medicines.
Go in hell, Thermian.
Till we meet again.
No reason to come back here. It's like Kaer died today.
That was tough.
We managed.
Thanks for helping.
You're welcome.
What will you do now?
Probably head east, cross the mountains. After that, we'll see.
Farewell. So, tell me.
I can say I've seen it all now.
I still don't believe everything that happened.
Risked your lives for me. How can I repay you?
We'll think of something. Right?
Definitely.
What will you do?
We're bound for Novigrad.
Fight
the next fight.
If you miss us, look for us at the camp.
Thanks for everything you did for me and Ciri.
May I be honest? Had I known what would happen here, I'd never have come anywhere near Kaer Morhen. I'm glad I could help, but I shall leave as soon as Lambert feels better.
Going together?
I've an idea, but I need a witcher to help me see it through. Lambert has agreed to assist me.
Good luck, and thanks again.
We're even now.
Can we talk?
What about?
Alright.
See you later.
Yeah, take care.
He's not in the mood for talking, so... Hjalmar.
There you are. Crying shame about Vesemir. I'm sorry.
Thanks for your help.
I had a debt to pay.
Back to Skellige?
Heading straight back to Skellige?
Yes, back
Wouldn't
to
be right to
Skellige.
tarry. War with the Black Ones won't wait. You can count on me, you know. Always.
I know. Thanks.
Come to see how I'm feeling. Thanks. Not bad.
That's good.
Son. Horrible about Vesemir. I know you were close.
Yeah, he's basically the father figure that he had never had.
Listen, far be it from me to stick my beard, but it'll no scratch an itch. So don't take this the wrong way. I want to help, whatever you decide, but to my mind, we've got to counterattack. I've got to find the hunt, Eredin, and shout at them both like a bull at a heifer.
It's not that simple.
Not that simple,
but
unfortunately.
there is a way.
We have no way of finding them. They find us easily. Can take us by surprise whenever they want.
Forgive me, Geralt, but that's the blathering of a man who clearly can't snap out of it after a tragic loss. Drink it off. Sleep it off, whatever it takes. Just get yourself together and think things through.
I'll do that, Sultan.
Zirael can harness immense amounts of the power. Why has no one taught her to control this?
Actually, some did.
And that is where we save. And we're gonna...
Clearly to no...
exit out of there. Alright. Okay. Mess hall. Let's see, who do we have that we can send some appreciation to? I think we will send some appreciation to a 7 Days to Die member. First I'll check to see if they're still going. Looks like it, so we are going to raid Raptorcross, who is currently playing Greedfall, so heck yeah. Appreciate everybody being here. Got through one of the heavier story parts of the game, so next we'll get to move on to the next part, which will be a lot of extra stuff, I guess. I can't remember exactly, but one of the things that's going to happen is because we are, I believe, I'm one level away from being able to get the upgraded bear armor, so that's something to look forward to. Something happy. So yeah, tomorrow is community night. We're going to be playing 7 Days to Die. So if you want to stop by, that'd be great. Other than that, we're going to send some love to Raptorcross and move on from there. Appreciate you guys, and I will see you later.